Hello and welcome back to my YouTube video. It's your baby girl for life called Beckylav. And if you're new here, karibu sana. We don't bite, we do everything good and I almost said everything good and illegal like he bakes. Legal, okay? And if you are a returning subscriber, karibu sana. I love you. Thank you for always supporting my YouTube channel, and thank you for always tuning in to watch my channel. So I know on my Instagram I have always promised my followers that I am going on my stories. I have always promised you guys that I'm gonna give you a story time, a bloody fucking one and a one that makes sense. So I am gonna start with the bloody fucking one, clearly, because I did a poll and that was the story that won. Anyway, without wasting much of your time, let's get into it. So this story is about how me, the Queen de la Cream, I was I was a side chick and I didn't even know I was a side chick. Ooh, imagine in this our Nairobi, a man decided to embarrass Queen Bee like that. So anyway, let me start the story before I start chochaing. You know me and chochaing, same WhatsApp group. So now, for story purposes, I'm gonna give this gent a pseudonym because clearly I can't say his name here. I can't give someone a shout out for messing my life and making me a bloody fucking. So let's call this guy Clint. So backstory: Clint and Beckylav met when Beckylav was in campus. Beckylav was a baby girl for life, enjoying life, yada yada yada. I had gone to Seville for karaoke because I remember when we used to be in campus, me and my squad back then. What was that though? We used to go to karaoke every, I don't know, was it Tuesday or Thursday at Seville, which was total bliss. So I was there. I met this Clint through a friend. This babe, what will you call this babe? Let me just call her a babe. Higher. So now there's Clint, babe, Beckylav, and now the guy who's Clint's friend and his babe's squeeze or whatever, I don't know. So babe had this guy, no, the boyfriend or whatever, and then that day that guy carried Clint along. And then when we were at karaoke, Beckylav met Clint and we actually had a good time and numbers were exchanged. Hi. Fast forward, there was also another day that now Clint and the friend were doing a double date and they called me and a babe. Me and a babe, yay! Gang formation. You know when you're in campus and then you get form and you're like, aye, kwanini kesho.
I've been suffering. I suffered for 19 years. It's time for me to shake my ass on a yacht. In a thong.
Wow. I'm like, kwanini kesho lazima tuende gang. Haya, cool story. So we were to meet in Karen. There's a joint that's at a petrol station along Galleria to where? To Karen, along that road. There's a Total, if I'm not wrong. Oh, by the Seville club was at Galleria. So yeah, and I schooled at, if you don't know, I was in campus at Multimedia University. The GOAT, I know, the ghetto if you ask me. But anyway, cool. So now, hey, there's a double date, and then my babes, you know what, gang, we have, you know, makeup on fleek, outfit on fleek, the body was bodying, and hey, anyway, those were good times. Anyway, we prepare, we take a cab, sure, we get there, we go have a fun. Where did we go? I think we just went, to Karen for dinner and something. It was just a beautiful night. And then after dinner, we went for like enjoyment and it was cool vibes, right? I know, even me, I would think like, Beckylav. But this was like when I was in campus. So this is like 5 years ago. Before now, I became a side chick. Sim relax. Hi. Good. Me and Clint now started now hanging out together. ile tu kidogo kidogo, we were hanging out together in a friendship capacity. Cool. So I remember the first night, like the karaoke night, we went, like after the dunda, we went and slept at Clint's place, or I don't know, yeah, I think it was his place at Kile. So when we went to sleep, Clint tried. You know how men, when you get out from dunda, they will try and, you know, but Beckylav was like, please, anybody got time for that? So I didn't give in to his advances, so that's why we maintained like a friendship. Like he liked me. I don't know if he liked me. I don't even know. How will we even know? And I cut off that man. Anyway. So the first night he tried it. So this other time now, me and Clint have started moving, knowing each other, yada. 5 years ago. Fast forward to 3 years later, we hung out. He invited me for drinks, and he used to like a place along Gong Road. I'm not saying it because how will he know? We used to frequent Onyx. Yeah, that was gang. So I don't know if you guys know Onyx. It's along Gong Road. The building starts with not Mirage. Mirage is in Westie. I don't know what the name of that building is. It's another beautiful building. I don't know. But anyway, we used to frequent Onyx. Higher. So he called me. Now this is three years later. So we rekindled that friendship. Unjoy kale ka friendship that was there, and then korogosho, you know, inakunywa maji, and then munaifufua, alafu, you know. So now after 5 years, 3 years, tumerudi kufufua. 3 years later, tunaifufua your friendship. So we started hanging out, vibes, and I was like, okay, I know that's right. And you guys remember, like in the past, Clint tried to start things with me, but I was like, I think I was I dating? I think I was. But I didn't know God. That's my excuse for whatever I was doing. But we were friends in my mind. Don't forget that. So fast forward, Clint is calling me on drinks. We go drink. We go have fun. We go hang out. We go on drives. And you know, if you know me, you know drives, like, they do something to me. It was just vibes, pure vibes. Higher. So Clint, at that time, nikisema people will know the year. Anyway, kwani mtanipeleka wapi? At that time, I had just finished campus. I was just enjoying life. I had a kajubo. I was finding myself. I had just got off from a very long, complicated, and toxic relationship with my ex, and I was just having fun, spoiling myself, finding myself, getting to know the things I like doing. Unajua, there's that stage in life where, especially after a toxic relationship, you know, toxic relationships make you actually forget yourself, make you forget your fun self, make you forget who you are. They make you forget the babe that you were created to be, in all your goodness and all your juice. So now me, I was just baby girling in the streets of Nairobi. I was in the streets because I was not dating anyone. So me and Clint hanging out and doing whatever, I was cool with it. Cool. So whenever I'd be at work, I used to work night shift. So Clint would call me and be like, hi, how you doing? Can we hang out? I'd be like, cool. He comes, picks me up. I know, baby girl treatment all the way. He comes, pulls up at my office, and after my shift, kaput. If he's not pulling up, he's sending Uber money. Yani, he was acting right. You know, a guy was acting right, and Beckylav was single and finding herself, and why not? You know, me, I was there enjoying life.
But we're not stopping there.
So tukazoeana, friendship yetu ni drinks, tuna enjoy, we go drives, we just do fun things. Cool. So let's say then mid of that friendship, Clint purchased a house, like a retirement house, like a big house where you will raise your family and things like that. Let me give a disclaimer. At this point, I was not expecting anything from Clint. That's why I didn't understand, like, the story really unfold. But I was not expecting anything from him. So he was like, hey Bex, why are you at? I'm at work. Nini, let's go to 18. It was on Thursday. And you remember at 18 before COVID, like we used to have every Thursday, like like in 18 every Thursday they would invite artists to come perform. It was like a mini event at 18 every Thursday. He was like, you know what, come to 18 after work, we can get it down. I remember that day because it was very pivotal for this friendship. At this point you can see how men are good. Unajua ile, like you're just a baby girl in this town, you're in the streets, and then there's this man who is your friend. So you know him, and there's no reason for this man to do you dirty, because in your mind you think he's your friend. Hiya, Beckylav, very fast. Uber was sent. I ingiad my Uber direct 1824. Hiya, sasa hapa ndio mnachukuanga glasses. If you're drinking anything, take it. So babe, hear me out. You're like, so you guys are friends. I hope you've got like the concept. We are friends. Clint has bought a house. We are going to celebrate Clint's house. Okay? Hiya. So Clint takes me to 18. I get to 18. I find Clint and his best friend there. Hey, that's why I tell you, men. Hey, men are what? I've looked for a word to give these people.
The ghetto.
But men, they will never shy away from embarrassing you. Hi. So he's there with his best friend. So clearly, if he's his best friend is knowing his dirty business. Anyway, we are not there yet. Higher. So I find them, hey, we get like 2 bottles of JD. At that time, I used to be a whiskey girl, but right now I'm just a water girl and wine girl. And a bit of Savannah here and there. Higher. So I get them, we get some JD bottles. It's a wrap. Some shisha, some JD, some enjoyment. And at that point, imagine, you know how 1824 is situated. Like it's like a ground, like hapo chini, it's like everyone can see. You can, unajua like 18 kwanza mimi I usually frequent hapo kwa gate, near the gate, so that I can see, you know, wanaanasa wenzangu. Haya. So we are sitting hapo mbele, like I'm like, Allah, it's fine, gang. I remember even that day I took a video with Bian and I posted it on Instagram. If I get it, I will insert here. So you're still cool, like, hey, I was just there, like me and this. No, the friendship was melting. On this night, you know how when booze is involved and friendship has been going on and it's drinks and we are all free and no one is belonging to anyone. In my mind, no one belongs to anyone, so it's a free country, we're having fun. So I'm just there, grinding, having fun with my friend. No, the friendship is melting, I was saying. The friendship was melting as the night continued going higher. We dance, yada yada yada, and I had known this guy, let's say now, at this point I had known this guy for like 3 years. Imagine. Anyway, it was a beautiful night. To nika dance, nikwambia friendship melt, and we were kissing. By midnight past midnight we were kissing. We were babe. But at the back of my mind I'm like, I know I'm kissing this guy, but he's not my guy and I'm not his girl. We're just in the streets and we kind of like each other. And it was the first time, like ever since I met this guy, it was the first time that we were being intimate, even kissing. Mwah. We were just brothers and sisters in Christ. But at this point, the brother and sister friendship had catapulted to a situationship that we don't. Unajua ile like you're in the streets and you don't know, we are just going with the flow. Ile yenye wanaume wanapenda kusema sana nonsense. Anyway, so we were kissing past midnight. It was vibes. So that night wow. So that night, since we were celebrating a big thing, Clint has bought a house. Imagine, and then Poor Beckylav was thinking to herself, wow, I love the circle of people I'm hanging out with. You know how they say, like, if you hang around 5 billionaires, you're gonna be the sixth. And I was like, if I hang around 5 homeowners, I'll be the next. I was just there manifesting my home in future. Like, I'm just like, I'm gonna get this, you know, these are goals. I'm happy when my friends do big things. Mm.
911, what's your emergency?
Yeah, I'm dying of laughter.
So after 18, we went to the house, the big house that had been bought, you know. We are going to marinate and when I say housewarming, yeah, we're living. So we fika to the house here. One thing led to another. We are acting a whole 365 days all over the house. We are baptizing the house. Imagine. But hey, I was not complaining because I was not dating anyone. Like, to me, I was like, okay, if we have gone from this friendship level to whatever level of situationship that we are in, I'm fine with it because I'm nobody's property. So I think this situationship with Clint is the situationship that gave me the character development in this Nairobi, that if a man hits on me, you gotta tell me on day one, what is it? What is it do you see? Uninini unaona tunaweza endeleza mimi na wewe? Like, what do you think we can accomplish? You know, me and you. Because at that time, if I had asked this guy from the onset, like, what are we doing? Or what do you want to do with me? Ningekuwa na answers. But I just let things flow. Tekero aki bakes. We learn and we move, babes. So after baptizing the house with 365 scenes everywhere, stairs, balcony, everywhere. Yani. Hi, me, I'm like, yo, but to me, I was just having fun and I was just letting loose, and I think I needed to do it. Like, one thing about me, I'm a sexually liberated woman. I don't know why the society always makes women look like sluts when you decide to do what? To release. The same women release. Men will release anywhere and everywhere with anyone. But if a woman says, I feel like doing it, it becomes now, oh, cut the crap. Anyway, so me, I was fine. Like, I was like, and I think I had been, I think it was that time, 2019, I think it was 2019, when Huda had told us to funga duka. Becky had funga duka. And I think at that time, I was not, yani, I was just, unajua, you guys know. If you know, you know. Like, at that time, you're finding yourself, you're like, I'm not interested in men. I don't want a relation. It was good times. Higher. It was 2018 or 2019. I think 20. I don't know, babes. We're not quoting months or years here. Higher. I'm dragging this story. Let me fast forward. Higher. So after here, no, that was the first time me and Clint ever got intimate. Unajua. And from there, it was more and more adventures. Like, he'd come, pick me, take me out on dates. We would drive along Gong Road and Sujui Karen, looking for beautiful hotels to have dinner and have beautiful conversations. We'd drink, like, at midnight, we'd find ourselves at Sarova. He'd introduce me to filet mignon, you know. I think he was the guy who introduced me to filet mignon. I think ni hapo ndo mimi nilichizi. Nikasahau kuuliza what are we? By the way, that guy led me on. I wish he told me, like, from the onset, like, mimi ni wa wenyewe tunaiba. Unajua, at least you know what you're stepping into. You know, imagine kanyaga feces without knowing. I wish I knew that. Actually, what, I was not mad with him, but I was actually angered with the fact that this guy actually took me for a ride at my own expense. Don't do that. That's why I say men are donkeys. Men are donkeys. They will embarrass you. Let me drink water. Hey, like I'm telling you, like me and this big hey, why am I calling him babes? The devil is a liar. Me and Clint were now every weekend we'd hang out. Even weekday after Jobo, we just go drink in the car, drives. Like I was here telling myself, Beckylav, you're finding yourself and God is finding you a man. Match made in heaven. In my mind, I had not even thought about having a relationship with him. We were just having fun. And that's why I'm telling you, he had no reason not to tell me the truth. I thought we were friends. Ugh. Anyway, so let me give you kidogo context. So msishangae what's the big deal in this situation. Apparently, during this time, me and this guy, we are thinking, in my mind, I'm thinking me and this guy are soulmates. This guy is planning a whole motherfucking wedding. A whole wedding. And Beckylav is here, being taken for a ride, thinking that she has found her soulmate. And I was not even looking. And you shy tutulia, you're finding yourself, you're good, you're vibes, you're the queen, you're just and then just someone stumbles upon you, and then now it's a vibe. And anyway, hi, fast forward, we continued vibes like months, for like 3 months. Kumbe during this period ndo watu makomiti huku mnaitwa. On his side of life, he has a whole committee of people planning a motherfucking wedding. And on Becky's side of life, I'm Nico. Wanaitangaje, like I don't know anything. I'm behind the news. I don't know. Like sasa my questions are, ningeipatikana kwa streets na kijana wa mtu nichapwe ama nikujue woman to woman? Pia mi ni woman, so why would someone approach me? Unajua. Anyway, we move. Haya, so 3 months into the bliss of exploring Nairobi, restaurants and clubs and drives and enjoying our new house. I even remember there's a day, hey, I was a bloody fucking I really remember there's a day I was late for school, for work, because enjoyment had enjoyment until our new house. My new house. But you know, I've never said this story like out loud. That's why I'm really getting a lot of haha moments for me. You know, just let me enjoy myself. So now, fast forward. It's when did I know the truth? Oh, so now see, me and Clint are, in my mind, me and Clint are gang. We are not dating, so I'm not blaming him for. I'm not claiming him that he was my boyfriend. We are not dating. To me, he's my friend who turned into a situationship. To me, he was a friend who we are doing ABC. To me. To him, I think I was a side piece. And that's what angers me. Like, I was a side piece without my consent. Who told you? Like, he sat himself down and said, Beckylav is okay with being a side piece. Like, how did this man, what angered me is, how did this man carry me baby like this? Like, he carried me in his mind and so that I was fit for a side piece. I was fit for a second position without asking me. Maybe I would have. Maybe they would have been too good for me. And I would have said, Ndani. You know? But why didn't he tell me? Okay, anyway. Bex. Hi. Like, this is the 4th month. Now, in the 4th month, Beckylav was busy perusing social media. I was busy looking at, new car. Who this? In my mind, I'm very okay. I'm at work. I'm just saying, good. So I'm on stories. And then I stumbled upon Clint's profile and I was like,
hey, y'all, come look at this.
Congratulations. It was a repost, I think, from my co-wife. It was a repost. Because that guy never posted shit about the wedding. Or maybe I was blocked from the feed because I never saw it coming. So maybe I'm on social media and I'm just saying, congratulations, and he reposted it, and he just reposted it without saying anything. But when I saw that, I tapped it and went there. On the girl's profile, it's a whole wedding. So the first thing I did, akina nakwambia, denial. The first stage, hey, stages. Woo! The first stage, denial. I denied the fact that I had felt vibaya. Like, I denied myself the opportunity to feel uchungu at that time. So when I saw it, I laughed like a motherfucking bitch. And then I went, called my best friend, and I was just like, baby, guess what? And she'd be like, what? Kombia, guess what? Clint is married. She'd be like, Clint who? Like, I'm like, Clint, you know how Kenyans, like, you ask someone, do you know this person? And then I'm like, which person? That person. So me, I'm like, Clint, and she's like, Clint, because she can't believe, like, it's the same Clint she knows that I've been perambulating the streets of Nairobi with. So she'd be like, hey, tell me you're joking. I'm like, no, imagine. And we laughed and laughed and laughed, and we laughed and said Nairobi, and we were just like, men are the ghetto, men are the dustbin, men are the gata ta 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 ta. So to us it was humorous. To us it was like a joke. It was something funny. Like, and yet you see how Kenyan men have reduced us to making disappointments inakuja inakuwa kicheko. So I was like, it is what it is. So when I saw it, Beckylav, do you know what before I called my bestie, I double tapped and I texted that Clint, and I was like, congratulations.
Are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
I don't even think he did. It's the embarrassment for me. He didn't even do shit. He didn't even talk to me. I think he just lingered. So, hey, that's why they tell you, like, Nairobi men will get married and they'll post a sky on the status. Utadhania tu ku status ya ameenda flower kama flower boy. Kuna flower boy ni page boy. You'll think he's a page boy at page boy ni wale watoto bix. Groomsman. You'll think he's a groomsman. I think no, groomsman. Bridesmaid, bride, groomsman. I think it's a groomsman. You guys will tell me down below. I don't have time. The embarrassment is embarrassing in my brain. Hi. So now, now I have found out that I was almost side chick without my consent, and I didn't know how to act. I had never been in such a situation. So I think the shock took me to depression. What a depression. Over a man. And you know, I had done so much progress on myself, finding myself, and I was just healing from a very toxic relationship that I had been for so long when I was in campus. And then I'm shocked with such things, and I'm like, what next?
Alright.
Yeah.
So after I told this guy, after I had told my best friend the story, so it became a joke. I kept telling people as a joke. I kept telling my workmates, hey, guess what? Imagine, there's this guy I was seeing, and I found out he was married on Instagram, and we laughed and laughed and laughed. And at that time, I was still in denial. I didn't acknowledge the feelings, the heart feelings. And actually, I covered the hurt so well because I didn't even know I was hurting until months later. So fast forward to, no, did he try calling? I think he tried text. At that period, like your 3 months period, like after knowing, he was like laughing. Akiona status yangu, he's commenting, like, I'm like, the audacity. The audacity. So I just ignored. The blue ticks were there. So I was just like, Allah, no explanation, no nothing. The first month, nothing. I remember at this time I was starting my YouTube channel, but I still didn't know I was hurt about this situation because I never addressed it. I covered it, and that's why I think many people, like, whenever we are faced with situations in life, we never fully address the situations. We cover them with laughter and just vibes, and then we don't really deal with the issues that are really supposed to be dealt with. And that's why we keep saying this culture of it is what it is, YOLO, ati, hey. There's this terminologies we use to hide our pain and things like that, and I think I used those terminologies and laughing about the situation and everything to cover my heart. So 3 months later, Beckylav was hurting. I started hurting, and I didn't hurt until I had forgotten him and he had not communicated until 2 months later. I think 2 or 3 months later, he called me. I think when I had just posted my first YouTube video. That was January 2020. It's me and for me. I was like, hello? I was like, hi. I picked up the call. At that time in January, remember, my phone was having issues. I was using an iPad to shoot for my YouTube because my phone, my Samsung, the screen, Samsung. So my screen was half black, like something was happening I could not understand. Who's texting us? Was higher. So he called, and I had vowed to myself, I'm not picking this motherfucking man's phone. So he called me. I picked because I could not see the screen well. I picked, and then when we started talking, I was like, ugh, the girl. So we talked, had a conversation. He was like, I know, I'm sorry, like, I've taken time to talk to you because, you know, I have really sat down and thought about the situation. I didn't know how to say sorry to you. And I was just like, the same way you didn't know how to say sorry to me is the same way you didn't even give me the chance to accept if I want to be on this emotional roller coaster with you. You didn't give me the chance to want to be in this situation. You just dumped me in a situation and then you remove yourself and let me burn. Because I could not understand. Like, he didn't even give me answers at that time. So he was trying to get time so to ongea, because I needed closure, because I could not understand, like, in this life, in this world, where do you exist? Why do people act like that? Why do people act like they don't have brains? Hi. So I didn't understand where he was coming from. So he was like, can we meet? And then I was like, cool. So when he called me, we had planned to meet like in the next weekend. On that weekend, like, he was to come to my house. He knew my house, guys. I know the ghetto. He was to come to, but we had never done anything in my house, thank God. Anyway, so he was to come to my house, so we can talk. So he was to come on Saturday. So on Friday, my friend had come for a sleepover. So this babe was there, and now he called me and told me now he was confirming he's coming on Saturday so we can iron things out. So I thank God I had my friend that day, and that's why I tell you, divine timing, things work out for the best. My friend was there, and when I hung up the phone from him, that's when now my emotions were running and everything was processing. Unajua, it's like the files were coming back. Every feeling was unearthing, and I just felt some pain. It was so painful. Like, I started telling I had never told anyone that story, like, from how we met and yada 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 and the process. So I started telling this friend of mine this story. And then we were drinking with my friend in the house, and I was telling her the story, and the heart kept, like, I was feeling like there's this huge thing that I actually have inside me, like, it's the heart. I had not processed my feelings. So when I was opening up to my friend, like, hey, I was feeling like, this guy alinibeba wana, like, he carried me, baby. You know, at that time I was like, fuck, I actually feel bad. I actually feel something. Like, I think I had caught feelings for this guy and I didn't even know, because I brushed it off. Like, immediately I saw the wedding, I was like, you lose, Becky, we move, you know. At that time, telling my friend this story, I was just like, I feel for the wife, because I just felt so much anger that I could be a side piece to someone's marriage. Like, I had never felt that feeling. Like, I am Ushay feel like wewe ni home wrecker, and then you were wrecking the home without even being told. You didn't even know. Like, we were too kumbe hata home ukienda kubatiza nyumba ya wenyewe, it was a matrimonial house. Unajua, like, those were the things that were coming back to me, and I'm just like, oh my god. I just processed a lot of feelings that night, and I felt so burdened. And I vowed to my friend, Aki, tomorrow I will address all these issues. Unajua, if I didn't have anyone to open up to, I would not have addressed these feelings. Maybe I'm a person who forgets and forgives easily. So I had forgiven this guy. So if he was to come on Saturday without me opening up to my friend, I would not have thought about the situation, and I would not have handled it with the intensity that it deserves. Haya. So yani, and hey, nakwambia sasa, nilikuwa sasa, when I slept that night, I was just waiting to make this man feel where I was coming from. I needed him to get where I was coming from. Like, when this man came to my house the next day, he could not even stop. Like, when I started, he was like, hi. He could know that leo ni kumoto. So we even went, and I'm looking for a word. We went and hotboxed. At least that, if you know, you know. We went and hotboxed, and because he could not handle what I was giving him. Like, I don't know why people can't handle their mess. So I was just telling him, like, you knew, why didn't you tell me? And you know the excuse this man gave me? Until when I realized that I was starting to feel you, and I have something else going on. I even went and talked to my pastor. And the pastor told him not to tell me. Men. Ha. So now I was like, dude, I've been your friend for over 3 years. We have been doing whatever we've been doing. If you just had the decency to put me on your plan, if you had the decency to tell me, hey babes, I really like you, but I have a wife. I really like you, but I'm planning a wedding. How hard is that? How hard is that, man? Like, how hard is it to tell someone, I really like you, but I also have this and this going on the side. Are you willing to take me on this roller coaster? Are you willing to take... I was just like, you actually took me on an emotional roller coaster at my own expense, without thinking how I'd care, without thinking what I'd feel when I'd see these things. So you thought I was okay with being your side chick? Like, how do you carry me? Like, unanibebaji? Like, how do you think of me? Like, how low do you think of me? But sijawachekesha, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know this man, when now we had already gone through the emotions and everything, and he asked for forgiveness, yada yada yada, but the damage had already been done. So claim it. Money is coming, guys. I claim it. You know, this man, when I tell you, men are to be feared. Men are to be feared, imagine. Do you know this man, after like all this story, maybe like he was, I think, 1 or 2 months married. Unajua, me, I was telling him, mimi ni mbaya. I was reminding him of the deep details. I was telling him, imagine, we were baptizing that house, bedroom, balcony, what, you know. I know it's going to give him flashbacks, and he's going to also feel vibaya. So I was just like, we were here, and kumbe I was just baptizing a matrimonial house. The audacity. So I know it is piercing him, and I'm feeling, yeah. I just wanted him to feel where I was coming from. And this man had the audacity to tell me, if I don't mind, if we can continue with the... Like, kwa nini imeandikwa? Like, do I have a poster here written dumb? Am I dumb? Like, why would I even... What? He actually asked me if I would willingly participate in... Men will embarrass you. Can you imagine the audacity of this man to ask me to be having an affair with him? I was just like, no, honey, I don't negotiate with terrorists. nonsense. But they're good men out here. I have met them, I have seen them, and I will continue seeing them in this life. So babes, this is my story of how, like, I didn't know better and someone took me. He took advantage of the situation. He knew what was going on and he decided to conceal the truth. He just lied to me by omission. If he had, because we were not dating, and that's my point, like, we were not dating. It's okay, baby, it's okay. If we are not dating, tell me. I have a wife and I will still say no, but at least I will know I'm saying no to what. I was not even given a chance to say no. So babes, you might be here, you're in a situationship with some other woman's man, ama uko like you're sharing with like Ambare, but at least that Ambare, she knows, unajua, she knows she's in a situation where she's number 2. Me, I've never claimed number 2. I have never claimed that position. And you know, like, from that experience, from that character development, I vowed to myself, I made a promise to God, and I said I will never entertain a married man. And to date, I have never, and I will never. Because these men are the ghetto. Because do we look like dumb people? Like, kwani, do we walk with posters? Like, respect us, by the way. I know I should have respected myself to ask at first, but you should have respected our friendship to tell me. And I know this guy might come and see this story time and call me and be like, why are you saying? I have not mentioned your name, honey, and I don't even care. Because you took me for a ride. It made me a blood fucking. I am not a blood fucking. Okay. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the story time. It's a bit too long, but I had to put it out here, and the emotions they had to come out. But I really needed to give you the story so you can get where I was coming from. And that's how I was a blood fucking. I'm gonna start this story time series of where, like, when I didn't know better. Because right now I know better and I'm living better and God is good. But at that time, I was young, I was dumb, and these men on the streets thought they could take advantage of me. Baby, thank you for the character development. I'm now the queen of Nairobi. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching my story time. If you loved it, comment down below if you want another one. I will give you the stories of when I didn't know better. That's how anyway, thanks for watching. I love you. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video. Mwah. Love you.